Greetings! I'm way too low. Let me adjust my height. No, it's my camera, that's the problem. Oh, I've already ruined it. I hope no one was watching that. I hope the 4 people that saw that will keep their mouths shut. Hey, Ralphs, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. I hope you're well. Hands up who saw that sneaky peek that we just did. Did anyone see... hey, Sharmoni, how's it going? We'll wait for a few more. Yeah, I accidentally had an image on my screen. Hey, Who88 on YouTube, how's it going? Yeah, I accidentally had an image left on my screen that I was gonna do a sneaky peek with everybody. But we can still do that. So I'll wait for a few more people to come in before we start the stream good and proper. So yeah, how is everyone? How's chat doing today? I hope you're well. YouTube, shout out to YouTube, shout out to Twitch. I'm doing alright. I am doing well. I've got my water. I'm staying hydrated. That's always important. It's really frustrating. Obviously, as you can tell, I'm working from home at the minute. Still working from home. Goodness, it's going to be 2 years. No, it's not. It's quite a way off. Anyway, it's been a while we've been working from home. So as you can tell, I'm sat in my living room, and my kitchen is right next door. It's like literally just right there. We've had the slow cooker on all day, and I'm absolutely starving, and that's all I can smell is dinner. It's making me more hungry, so I'm just really annoyed that I just can't eat all of my dinner. Who88 is asking, can you new license? I don't know what you mean by that, Who88. What do you mean? Can you give me more details on your question? Yeah, so today's stream we are going to be looking at some of the new stuff that's coming to TerraTech in the next update. Excuse me. As you can tell by the very descriptive description to my left, we're going to be looking at some new stuff. So there's a couple cool new things that I want to share with everybody. We'll come on to that in a minute. And there's also the new skin that that you guys chose, that everybody chose for the community-made skin that we're putting in the game. It's called Outrun. Oh, okay, a new faction. You need a new... Who88 is asking if we can have a new faction, like a new corporation, I imagine. So if you keeping your eyes close to the development of TerraTech, you'd know that we have 10, not 10, what am I talking about? Yeah, 10. Yeah, that's right. 10 corporations that are sort of part of the TerraTech world. We've already released 8 of them, as you will know. Wait, does that sound right? Or is it 8 and we've released 6? That's it. There are 8 and we've released 6. I'm getting my numbers wrong. So there's obviously GSO, Geocorp, Venture, Hawkeye, Better Future, and Reticle Research, all the corporations that you can now get in game. There's 2 more that we haven't really got anything to show of, but there's Legion and Space Junk. So those are the other 2 that are still yet to be added to the game. Who88 is asking for a space faction. They're all sort of space factions, aren't they? They're all sort of... Well, anyway. So those are the last 2. So those are the 2 that we're sort of looking at adding to TerraTech. So Space Junk is a sort of like the Mad Max sort of corporation. They're the ones that sort of like Franken-Techs. They make techs. They make stuff from some sort of junk and bits that are left behind, and they sort of fabricate stuff that way. And then Legion is sort of like this. What's the best word? This sort of hive mind. If anyone plays StarCraft, they're sort of the Zerg type corporation, that sort of thing, and they use sort of like really insectoid looking tech. We don't know, to be honest, Rafs. We don't know what the plan is to do with these additional corporations. If I'm honest, we may use them for a future project. We may use them for TerraTech. We don't know. We don't know what the plan is. We're still working on all this other cool stuff. Well, Russ, I like your idea though. So you start TerraTech the next game, if we ever do make another game. You start the campaign with junkers. So you're basically just going around putting loads of scrap together and making big techs out of it. Yeah, that'd be fun. Who88 says, can we add a new planet? Or we can add a new planet. That is not a small amount of work to do. Adding a new planet would be amazing, and I honestly don't know why we couldn't do that, because then we could add all the cool stuff that you know that we want to add to TerraTech. So water and buoyancy and all that stuff. We could also go in there as well, and you could effectively add space travel. So you get to this new planet by unlocking space travel. That would be quite an interesting concept. I quite like that. Maybe that would be like a whole DLC. That's like a whole DLC. Anyway, right, I digress. We're waffling on a bit. I've got some cool stuff to show everybody. No one wants me to talk about stuff that may or may not happen. We want to see stuff that is happening. We want to see stuff that is coming to TerraTech. So I have a fun little game. So there's basically two new blocks that we're going to add, as well as other stuff. By the way, these are just a sneak peek. This is just a little snippet of all the cool stuff that we're going to add to the next update. But there's two new blocks that we're going to add, and I'm going to do a fun little game with everybody. I'm going to share a little silhouette. I'm going to share this image. You'll see it on my left. So this is an outline of one of the new blocks that we're going to add. What do we think that's going to be, chat? Let me know your thoughts. There's a few hints in there. Obviously, you can probably guess what the corporation is going to be. But yeah, let us know in the chat. What do we think this lovely? Another hint. It's a weapon. It's pretty obvious. I mean, I can point you in the direction of the Sharmonia railgun turret. Hawkeye railgun. I mean, Hawkeye have already got a railgun. So what about if we took like 4 railguns, bolted them together, and plonked them on top of a tech? Any other guesses before I do the big reveal? Railgun. Someone on YouTube saying railgun. It is a railgun. It is a railgun. Let me see. I don't know. It hasn't got a name yet. Although I think Thundergun. Rafts is on something. A Thundergun is absolutely spot on. It's a flak. It's a railgun. Let me see if I can find what the name of it is. See if I can give you any more detail on it. Okay, so so let me show you what it looks like. So this is what it's actually going to look like. Ta-da! That's cool. That's a quad railgun, if you can see. So you can't really see my mouse here, but yeah, that's what it looks like on top of the tech, and then onto the right is what it looks like as a model. And there's basically just like a really overpowered quad railgun. It's going to be really fun. There is a theme with these weapons, by the way. I'd be interested to see if anyone can guess what the theme is. A quail gun, exactly. That's what we're going to call it. It's a quail. Isaac Dex has got it absolutely spot on Twitch chat. It's a quail gun. It's a quad rail gun, aka the quail gun. If that's not what it's going to be called, I'll be bitterly disappointed. Is it going to be grade 5? So this is a grade 3. Well, grade Venture only has 3 grades. We don't plan on adding any additional grades just for this weapon. But it's going to be quite strong. Railinator, says Timo on YouTube. Yeah. Now the quail gun. The quail gun is sticking. Isaac Dex, I think you deserve a credit for that, because that's a brilliant name. I'm going to forever refer to it as the quail gun from now on. I love it. Yes, this is the quad railgun, or the quail gun. Raf says the theme is base / turret making. Not quite. Along the lines of, well, you will see. So let's take a look at the next sort of silhouette. Hopefully we can glean a bit more detail from this. Now again, there are some hints in here. There are some hints. The corporation for one, and also this big beam here. I'm sure we'll be able to guess what the small stock. It says laser turret, just straight in there. That's a laser gun for Hawkeye. It's a Hawkeye laser. No, we don't have a name. We don't have a name for this one, unfortunately. It's just called the Hawkeye laser with a Z. But it's Russ is saying it's the classic military laser. I suppose it is. But yeah, it's a laser. So let's see what it looks like in all its glory, shall we? So that's what it is. It's a laser. Now you should get an idea of size. So I think it's 3x3x3. I could be wrong. I'm not too sure on the size, but don't They don't aim at missiles. Unfortunately, they're not quite like Darwin's mods. They target other techs. But yeah, it's a big laser pointer. That's what it is. It's for Sergeant Smash. When Sergeant Smash is giving his very detailed military briefings, he needs a big laser pointer. So he just uses this guy. That's what it is. This is for Sergeant Smash's. Yeah. Exactly. It's very convenient for meetings. Spot on. Yeah, so that's those are the two weapons. So let's take a look at them both again in all their glory. I'm gonna do this. Let's give me 1 second. So let's move this up here a little bit, and I'm gonna unlock this one, and we're gonna move. Oops, we're gonna move this one down here a bit, so you can see the two new weapons side by side. So these are two new guns that are gonna come in the next update. So yeah, that's exciting. Again, let me stress this. These are both work in progress blocks. I cannot stress this enough. You're very privileged to have a really cool community manager called Matt, this guy, that's willing to show you stuff before it's even been made. These are all work in progress stuff. So they could change. They probably won't, but they could change. They might change. They probably won't, but they might change. And also, we don't know how strong they're going to be. The theme, well, it's not really a theme, I suppose. I've sort of misled you a bit there. But the idea behind these, we just wanted to make really overpowered Hawkeye weapons, just because we can, because we're a bunch of children. We're a bunch of children making a game, and we like that. We like things that are strong and ridiculous and awesome. So that's what we've done. So they're big. They're probably going to do quite a lot of damage. They'll be quite hard to unlock. They'll be quite expensive. Yeah. So wait for that. So they'll be in the next Unstable. Yeah, more OP weapons. We need more OP weapons. We need more overpowered stuff in TerraTech. There is a distinct lack of overpowered things. No, I'm joking. I'm obviously joking. There's way too much overpowered stuff. But, you know, we might as well push the boundaries. We might as well see what more overpowered stuff we can do. Yeah, so this is it. This is what this stuff's going to be added. Again, take this all with a big grain of salt because things could change. Again, we don't know. I mean, the sizes are probably about right. Again, you can't really see with the railgun, but it's a big tech. I can't see how many attach points there are on that, but it's like 4x5x4 or something crazy. Will there be a mission for them? No missions for these. These are just their own standalone blocks that we're going to unlock through crafting or purchasing or the usual means. Jack Kirby on YouTube is calling the railgun the Rail Crusher. Darwin makes a very, very good point. They say, no, arms race is good for technological advancement. Ask any history teacher. Jack Kirby, Kirk Kirby. We already have a name. Someone in chat said it earlier. Let me see if I can find who said it. We're calling it the who called it? Who had the best name? Jack. We're calling it the quail gun. It's the quad rail gun. It's the quail gun. There's no other name for it. That has to be what we're going to call it, right? Someone mentioned that in chat. Isaac Deck says, is there a possibility to have a base defense mode, just an option to set the world test local enemies to activate your target? I mean, it's possible. How much? That sounds like a lot of work. I sound like, when I say that sounds like a lot of work, I feel like I'm sort of just being a really lazy bum, but I'm not. It's just something like that is substantial. It's sort of up there with like co-op crafting, where we'd have to effectively make a whole new game mode just for that. But in theory, that could work. Absolutely, that's possible. Quad gun, yeah, it's a quad laser gun. No, sorry, it's a quad rail gun, aka the quail gun. Timo Bloodtooth says laser equals melter, maybe. Maybe. So yeah, these are the two new blocks. Now I need to load the game up because I haven't loaded it up yet. So I'm going to load that in the background. Adventure rotor for like helicopters. That's a good point. That's one thing that Venture don't have. Thing is, Venture aren't really helicopters. That's more of a Hawkeye thing, right? But then again, Geocorp weren't meant to have ranged weapons, and we still did that. B1 Battle Droid says hinges and motors. Hinges. Motors. As in, like, to motor the hinges with. Anthony Manella says, I have school. Go to school, everybody. If you have to be at school, you need to go to school. That's important. Otherwise, if you don't go to school, you may end up being a community manager for a medium-sized independent game studio. Cool. Right, I'm loading the game up because I'm going to take a look at one more thing that that we are going to add to TerraTech in the next update, and that is the Outrun skin. Now, if you're familiar with, or if you tuned into last week's stream, or if you're just part of the TerraTech community, you'll be aware of the skins celebration that we did last week. Let me just sort my chair out. It's gone really low for some reason. That better? That feels better. Yeah, you'll be aware of the skins celebration that we ran with our community, and basically, I'll do a quick recap, but we effectively chose we went on the Steam Workshop and we picked a small stock said the skin outrun the others. It did outrun everybody. It would say outrun, it was quite close. We ran a celebration of skins basically on our with our community, and we went to the Steam Workshop and we picked a handful of skins mods, skins that have the skins that the modding community have been working on, and we got everybody to vote on which skin that they would like us to add, and the winner was Outrun. So if you didn't know, if you saw last week's stream, or if you didn't pay attention, or you didn't know what this was going on, this skin will be added to TerraTech. This skin will be in TerraTech in the next update. This will be an official skin that you can use, you can apply to your venture techs in TerraTech. That's a thing that's going to happen. Now, there are some caveats. Oh, hang on. There are some caveats that... Whoopsie. Alright, no one pay attention to that. That's a sneak peek. Nobody should have seen that. Whoops. No Darklight. You're absolutely right. No Darklight. No Dear John. No Gummy. No Prospector skin. This one's going to win. However... Well, this one did win. We will be doing this again because it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of engagement. So we're going to do it again. There was a lot of people that were sort of left out. So this is the skin that won. I'm going to go into more detail. There's a few bits of detail that I want to show off. Now, firstly, I will say that now this might get a bit technical. It's a bit too technical even for me. But we got Exund is the modder who made this. Exund, shout out to Exund. You may not be watching, but they're also a moderator on our Discord and our forums. So Exund is a big part of the TerraTech community. So it means a lot to me as the community manager, and just to the developers that we were able to put this in the game, because Exund is brilliant. We love them a lot. Now, Exund sent over the assets for this skin, which are basically just an image file that has references to all these colours. Now I'm going to show you something in photo mode. You'll see on the purple areas there is a slight gradient. You can't really see it very well here, but let me try and show you on the wing. Oh, actually, yeah, on these blocks here, you can see a gradient. So it goes from sort of a lighter pink to a purple on this side. That's a gradient that the Exund has added to their... There may be a better way of me showing this, actually. 1 second, everybody. Let me see if I can add something. 1 second. There you go. So you can see on the screen, in the middle of the screen, the image on the left, the color palette on the left, so it's pink, blue, and the gradient. So the gradient at the bottom is what you can see on the blocks, okay? Now the problem that we have on some blocks, as you can see, that it causes some glitches. That's because the gradient isn't UV mapped correctly, which isn't a problem. It's not a problem with the mod or the game. It's just two things that weren't made at the same time, or, you know, they weren't made in collaboration with each other. They're just built differently. That's why you see there'll be some minor glitches. So because of that glitch, because of that that sort of graphical error or issue, we can't have the gradient in the game. So there will the skin that you see in the game will be different from the skin that you're seeing here. Okay, only very slightly. I must say that it will only very slightly be different because we're basically going to change this gradient. Well, let me bring the image back up. So the gradient that you see here, the one on the left, the gradient at the bottom on the left image, that will just be changed to a block color. We're just going to change that to a single color. So it won't look as I don't know. How do I say it? It won't look as sleek, or it won't be as cool looking. And I realise it is part of the aesthetic. It was annoying. It was frustrating because we love this aesthetic. The reason we're happy that this won is because the whole aesthetic is perfect. It has a theme. I talked about this in last week's stream, but it just looks sick, man. It just looks really, really cool. And we're a bit disappointed that we have to change it. We don't want to, but unfortunately we have to. That gradient does look great, but unfortunately it's just not cohesive with TerraTech. However, the good news is this gradient that you see on the windshields, that is gonna stay. Rob's exact words, Rob the artist who does all this stuff, his exact words were, "Yeah, man, it looks really cool." So the gradient on the windshields is staying. It's just the gradient on the blocks. It's just the gradient you see on the blocks. So let me just highlight where I mean. So you can see on this wing here, okay? This gradient will just be one block color. I hope that makes sense. Like I say, we're really happy with it, and we're super pleased that it's going to go in. The propellers look amazing. The windshield looks amazing. Again, the whole aesthetic is fantastic. There was also some issues with prefabs. I can't remember what we said. I don't really know what prefabs mean. But anyway, this is the skin that we're going to add. So this skin... Oh, I need to change the control scheme. This is the skin that we will see in TerraTech. There's also some more stuff that we're going to add. So there's those two new blocks that you've already seen. There's the Outrun skin. And there's also going to be some extra goodies as well. Which we will share on next week's stream. So if you want to see some more good stuff, some more new cool stuff that we're going to be adding, come check us out on next week's stream. Don't worry, I'm not going to end the stream just yet, although I have already run out of stuff to show off. So I don't really know what to spend the next half an hour on, so I may have to end the stream early. But yeah, this is it. This is the... That's it. Sorry, yeah, that's what I was saying. If you wanted to see the cool stuff that's coming to TerraTech in the next update, there's some more stuff that's coming. I did an accidental sneak peek earlier in the stream, but if you want to see the cool stuff that's coming, tune into next week's stream and we'll showcase all that cool stuff. What else? I need to double check because there's a really cool thing that we showed this off in last week's stream. I'm going to show it again today because this is a really, really nice touch. I'm going to go to, is it accessories or is it, here we go, right, so payload terminal. No, that's not the skin I want. Go away, I want this skin. Right, stop moving, and let's go back to this. Going into photo mode. Oh, look at that. Look at the detail there. That's so cool. So if you don't know, if you aren't aware, let me pull up the an actual payload terminal, put them side by side. So again, we did do this last week. But I wanted to show you again just as a side by side. The one on the left is Ventures, is the Outrun skin, is Exon's Outrun skin, and the one on the right is the stock skin. I think we're going to go with the one on the left. That's what you're going to see in game, which is again is a really nice, cool effect. Couple of questions on YouTube. What's up with the console update? Good question, Genji. Yeah, and Jack Kirby has also asked that. Let me go into close up because I feel like I've finished showing off everything. I'll leave those images there so we can all still marvel in how awesome those cool new weapons look. What was I going to say? The console update. No real news on that, if I'm honest. No news. We're still working with Xbox and PlayStation and Switch, or Nintendo, to get those updates out as soon as possible. Again, it's a very long, tedious process. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups. It's a very, very long, tedious process, unfortunately. I wish it was more straightforward. However, yeah, it's not been fun, this update, I'll be honest. It's a lot of complaining. We're not happy with how long this is taking either. But we're sort of coming to the home stretch again. But I've said this a million times now, so I'm not going to bore everyone. I'm not going to insult your intelligence by saying anything differently. We're still trying to get it done and out there. So yeah. Jack Kirby says, what artists do you have? So we have a few artists. There's Jason, who's the lead artist. There's Rob, who's our sort of senior technical artist. There's Anton, who recently got a promotion. So shout out to Anton, who's now our senior artist. There's Nadim, who does our 2D graphics. So the new UIs is Nadim's work. I believe that's everyone. Apologies if I'm missing any other artists out. I don't think I am. What Hawkeye weapons? So good question, Grentonville. These are the two new weapons. So the one on the top is the Hawkeye laser. Hawkeye laser. And the one on the right is the Hawkeye quail gun or quad rail gun. But we're calling it quail gun because that's way funnier. They're going to be two new weapons that we're going to add in the next update. So yeah, enjoy those while they're on screen. Yeah, Genji says, I love the game, it's so fun, but multiplayer is bad. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Genji. Yeah, thanks, Jack. Yeah, we're pretty happy with our art. It's pretty cool. Niberius says, something just popped up in my mind. Imagine if we could 3D print your text. Do you know what? You were able, once upon a time, you were able to literally, let me go take you back into the game. You could go into, where was it? You literally could 3D print your text. You could do that. You could make your tech from the game. We stopped doing it because I think we stopped getting support to do it from the 3D printing company that we sort of agreed to do it with. But yeah, you could literally in game. You could do that. Well, unfortunately, we don't do that anymore. But that was cool while it lasted. Hey, Clarence, how's it going? Thor 1484DA says, wasn't Geocorp more of a melee corp? Surprised to see ranged weapons. It's a good shout. It's a good point. The thing with Geocorp, and I think they got a bit annoyed. Geocorp were really annoyed because all the other corps, they could, if there was a scene or a resource node that was just out of reach, other corps were fine. They could just shoot it down. Whereas Geocorp, if it was out of reach, they just couldn't reach it. So they made their own ranged mining equipment. That's all it is. It's not weapons. They're not weapons. They're not. Geocorp don't use weapons. They're ranged mining equipment for those hard to reach resource nodes, right? That's the official line anyway, and I think we're going to stick with it. Would be cool if laser point block be with the same visible laser beam like in the picture. I think it might be. I think that is almost as true to what it's going to look like as you can get. I think that's in the same way that Better Future have got their blue laser, I think Hawkeye get that red laser. And I think they're going to be quite strong. I think it's literally going to melt through techs. Do we have any news about console updates? CC21. I've already sort of mentioned it, but I'll say it again. We're still working. We're still working to get those done and out of the way. Or out before Christmas. So yeah, watch this space. We're no real update apart from we're getting closer. Is what I can say. We're still working on it. Don't worry, we're not just not going to update the console. We know we need to, and it is a matter of time. So yeah, bear with us while we get those out. Right, I think that's it. I think that's everything that we've got. Ignore that Slack message. Those are my Slack messages. Apologies if you're if that's annoying for you. I keep on forgetting to mute my Slack whenever I'm streaming. But as we're coming to the end of the stream now, I'm not going to bother doing that. Cool. Right. So keep your eyes peeled for the TerraTech Unstable build. It's going to be coming out in the next week or two. So you can all enjoy the cool new weapons that you can see, and also the new skin. And also tune in next week if you want to see some cool new stuff. More cool new stuff. Not just this cool stuff, but more new cool stuff. I do have Slack message every stream. You're absolutely right, Small Stock. I do apologise, and I forget every time. That's because I'm a very busy man. People want to talk to me, and that's fine. Do you plan or think in making submarines or boats in TerraTech? Grentonville is with another strong question. Water. So what you're talking about there is water. You'd obviously need some sort of water plane or water biome for that to be a thing, where we could add buoyancy blocks. I'm really not busy. Everyone knows that this is my busy time of the week. Buoyancy is the thing that we would love to add to TerraTech. It's one of those things that if we had the time and the resources at the very early stages of development, we would have done it. Unfortunately, as we were a very small team, we needed to make the best game that we could with the resources that we had, and that meant omitting big aspects of TerraTech that we would like. So that meant omitting water. Co-op wasn't a thing. Multiplayer wasn't a thing in the very, very early days. Those were late additions, and co-op was, and deathmatch, and they were very, very late additions to TerraTech. In the way that Reticle Research and Better Future, these are all things that we would have loved to have included in the launch of TerraTech. Unfortunately, we weren't able to. We're at a point now where adding water, a water biome, it's a monumental job. We're talking about paradigm shift. We're talking about a different game, effectively, because TerraTech has been built on and built on and built on. Adding something to that base game is a huge job. Again, I'm not saying we can't ever do it. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just we need to prioritize that against other stuff that we want to do. So water and buoyancy and that sort of stuff, we would love to. And submarines as well, having a submarine tech that could, that has weapons that only work underwater, like torpedo weapons, that sort of stuff, and can only access like really rare resource nodes underwater. Oh man, that'd be so much fun. Small Stock made a submarine, but is it a submarine? Because it's not really the nature of a submarine is it's submarine, it's submariner, it's underwater. So TMO makes a good point. TMO on YouTube says maybe it's a DLC. That is honestly not a bad shout. What you're talking about is a whole new game mode. It's a lot of work, so there needs to be some reason for us to do it, and maybe doing it as like an additional DLC would be a good idea. It sort of sells itself. It's its whole thing. Then it's a whole water pack. It's a whole water themed update. So yeah, that's sort of what our current train of thought is. But yeah, watch this space. I do really like it. It was mentioned earlier in the stream. I really like the idea of having a new sort of space corporation. So once you sort of they're like really hard to unlock. Then once you've unlocked the Space Corporation, you build a spaceship that can then take you off planet, and then you can find another planet that has water on it. Guys, we're basically making a whole game. I feel like this is like a game jam. This is like a really early game jam meeting, and we're gonna and someone hopefully in chat is just gonna go off and make it. So can someone do that? Anyone in chat? Are you able to make the game that we're talking about? But no, all those things obviously would you could find the Earth. Oh, that would be like the end game. That would be like the final thing that you do is to get you back to Earth. Oh man, I'd play the hell out of that game. That game sounds so fun. Chat, let's make it happen. I'm going to crowdfund it. Who's with me? Small Stock says yes. Small Stock, me and Small Stock are going into business together. And who's with us? Anyone else want to make this game with us? No, I'm joking. We obviously own all the rights to that game. So if you try making it, I'm going to sue you. I'm joking. Don't be put off. Go make video games. It's really fun, and you can make cool stuff. Cool stuff like this stuff. Yes, I got it right. Everyone's getting hyped on YouTube. Yeah, let's go. Super. Okay, cool. Right. I'm going to leave it there, chat. I feel like I've waffled enough. I've filled another 10 minutes of time that I didn't know I could. TerraTech new DLC, Journey Back Home. Oh. Yeah, let's do it. Anyway, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Cool, right, if anyone doesn't have anything else, or Darwin's, Matt, I also have new stuff to tease. I'm building something. A bad guy says exterminate a lot. Oh, are you building... Darwin, are you building a Dalek? Darwin's Dalek. That sounds fun. Super duper. Right, chat, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much to everybody for stopping by and being lovely, a lovely part of the community and being fun with our stream. Oh no, did I ruin it? Sharmoni, what happened to Custom Corp skins? I don't see them anymore. What do you mean, Sharmoni? Oh, by the way, Sharmoni, if anyone's in Twitch chat, give a shout out to Sharmoni for the Dear John skin. A genuine personal favourite of mine. I love the Dear John skin that got shortlisted for this skin celebration. What do you mean by Custom Corp skins? What's going on with Custom Corp skins? Are you going to add new flamethrowers? There are only 2 in the game. It's good stuff, Small Stock. Thanks, buddy. You can't apply skins to your Custom Corp. Well, that's no good. Is that a bug? I feel like that's a bug. If it's a bug, can you hit me up on Discord and I'll send it on to the... I already have another bug from FL Sols that I need to send over to our artists or developers or Dave. Could you send me a DM on Discord and we'll send it over so we can have a look into it. Super. Right, on that note, everybody, I'm going to leave it there. Tune in next week. We're going to do community call. I need to do that's what I'm going to do right now. Thanks for reminding me, Matt. I'm going to make a community core thread. Talk amongst yourselves while I create a new thread on our forums. I'll be 2 seconds. Community core. So Darwin, if you're super secret, definitely not a Dalek, mod is ready by next week, I will gladly show that off if you want to get a video done for it in time. What's the date next week? The date is going to be the week of the 24th. It's the 24th of November. Goodness me, where is the year going? 24th of November. I'm going to sticky this. Oops. My thread needs a valid title. There we go. So next week we're going to be doing a community core stream. So I'm going to share this in chat. If you want to take part in next week's community core, follow the link that I've just put into chat. And submit your text so we can show off your cool stuff in next week's stream. That's going to do it for this week, everybody. I'm going to close it off a bit early. because I've run out of things to show and to talk about. But go check out the stream, the community core. Join us next week because we're going to have some new stuff to show off. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I look forward to seeing Darwin's new stuff. That's going to be fun. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Have a great week, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Take it easy. Bye.